Now, all my Florida people, we know that there's a lot of popular phrases out there, but there's some phrases that when you say them here in Florida, they really don't mean the same as in the other 49 states. And I know that's a little confusing, but look, don't worry. I don't need you doing that because I did some digging. Let's get into it. Now, this first phrase that I'm going to say, if you're at least 12 years old, you've heard this, all right? And if you're older, you probably use this at least once a month. But when something's going to be easy, like the task isn't going to be that hard, we'll say, that's going to be a walk in the park. But, here in Florida, that don't really mean the same. Now, I'm going to be honest, all right? It's almost the complete opposite. As something simple, or the task isn't going to be that hard. Because here in Florida, if you walk outside, especially on a really hot day, 90 plus, first 10, 15 seconds, your skin start burning. Like you feel the UV rays immediately. Now, the problem is that when you're walking these nature parks, especially the nature trails, you ain't really paying attention. You just walking, all right? Now you 6 miles out away from your Subaru, and now you got to walk another 6 miles back, but you already feeling the effects of a heat stroke. You got to be careful with this. And now you got to pull off to the side, kind of think for a minute. You got to make a crucial life decision. Am I going to turn back, keep going, lay down? But I'm going to tell you what, don't lay down. Don't lay down. Not here in Florida, not if you done been outside longer than an hour, because things going to start happening. And now you done laid down on your back so you can get a little bit of air, but you don't realize and notice that you done got turkey buzzards, turkey vultures, they circling you and stuff. Bro, get up, okay? You about to be on the menu, right? A walk in a park here in Florida, that can get you a 2 o'clock rendezvous with a grown Florida Panther. Yeah, I'm gonna be real with you. Don't say that phrase here because it means nothing to us. All right, next phrase. I'm gonna be real. I spent way too much time on that last one, but 90% of people here in Florida, at least 90%, we're late everywhere we go. And that's not like our fault because we're really good with time management. But if somebody comes to us and say, hey, I'll be there in a minute, we already know you ain't gonna be here in no minute. We done added 30 minutes to the time off rip. Now, like I said, the being late thing is not our fault because we could be headed somewhere and out of nowhere. We might have to wait on a family of yellow belly sliders to get from one pond to the other pond. Now, when it comes down to the wildlife here in Florida and us humans, there's nothing we can do about this. You can't rush it. You can't get out and move everybody. They don't want you touching these things. People do, especially like in rescue situations. But still, at the end of the day, if you encounter all of this, you're still going to be a little bit late. Or you might be dealing with a situation which a lot of people in Florida deal with. If you got to go somewhere and it's like in a downtown area and it's a ton of lights and you are that car that keeps catching the red light, you got a long way to go. This going to add 10, 15 minutes to wherever you was finna be. Now, y'all know the cameras that be on top of these lights now that catch the people running the light or the wrecks or things like that? They make a ton of money for the city with tickets and things like that. Problem is, people got places to be. They don't mind running this a little bit, a little bit after the red, We done already did the math and the physics and everything like that. It's called Florida math, ladies and gentlemen. We know we gonna get through this before the green side come. Now, last but not least, this will make you late all day. And this is very important right now because kids don't went back to school. But if you ever, and I'm talking about ever, get caught behind a bus, you need to just take another route. Now look, y'all just follow me for a second, all right? But even if you get caught behind this bus 2 or 3 stops, it's gonna make you 15, 20 minutes late. These kids ain't got nowhere to be. They ain't in no rush. They doing freestyles in the back of the bus. They grabbing each other's book bag as they walking off. They ain't in no rush. Take another route. All right, last phrase that you shouldn't say here in Florida because it really doesn't mean the same. If you ever try to throw a little outside shindig like a birthday party, maybe a little something special for your boo, and you like to be like, oh, I hope everything goes smoothly. Look, I'm going to be honest. It's not going to go 100% the way you planned it. It's not your fault, and how you planned it, but it got everything to do with everything that's going on around you, all right? The conditions around you. Let me explain. Now, when you start, setting up the party planning, you get up early, beautiful day. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of clouds, but it's clear. Don't look like no rain coming. So you think everything gonna be copacetic, but I'm gonna be real with you. It's not. It's not at all, because somewhere around 12, 1 o'clock, it's gonna be completely different. Now, soon as 1 o'clock hit, you gonna get a phone call from people that's headed to the party. They're about 10, 15 miles away. They on I-4. They got zero visibility. All you see is the top of palm trees and brake lights. They call it, hey, is the party still on? It's pretty bad out here. You talking about, yeah, they hit us yet. We should be good. That was your sign to pack it up and move the party inside. Or you got invited to the party with daddy who don't want nobody in his house. So, it's rain and shine for this party. You know what I'm saying? He got a little tarp. Everybody get up under the tarp. They singing happy birthday. It's a good time. He the only one having a good time. Everybody else pissed. Now, in Florida's defense, all right, if it does rain like this, don't go nowhere. Hang out. Hang out, because it's only going to last about 5-10 minutes, and then it's going to stop. But, even when the rain stops, you got more problems. A lot more problems. Because now, you're going to have gigantic mosquitoes accosting you. Yeah, because they love the damp air right after the rain. That's when they, come out, when that water starts circulating. Now, real quick, kind of off topic, kind of on the same topic, but if you think Florida has a horrible mosquito problem, this is Alaska, all right? These mosquitoes are huge. They look like dragonflies, and I thought this was fake, but it's real, okay? There's multiple, sightings of these like this in the abundance. This is ridiculous. Matter of fact, this is in Alaska, all right? And they got these big, huge mosquito things where you can lay down, take a picture like the mosquito taking you out. This is what a mosquito look like out there. That's ridiculous. If you've ever been to Alaska, you ever seen these? Now look, I don't know what y'all gonna do to remember this. Like it, comment, share it, please share it. I don't know, but the more you know. Peace.